controversial subjects with the facts can be tense. But we are Ace Up Science here to make things make sense.
Gift giving.
Presents under the tree.
Wrapped envelopes.
Candles.
Chairs.
Balloons. Cake.
Airbnb experiences.
I like birthdays. Do you? Like your own?
No.
You don't?
Wait, no, I do. I take that back. Like,
Sometimes I don't know if you do or don't.
I like my birthday, but like all events, they come with too much pressure and stress that I'm like, I think I like a random Saturday I just had birding more than my birthday.
Fair. There's two. Yeah, it's like New Year's Eve where you're like, there is just a lot going on, a lot of stakes to be like, have a great night and everyone be happy and celebrate. I feel like a birthday can be like that as well.
But it gives you like a good excuse to like take a day off of work or something that you wouldn't necessarily do because you feel like you're not owed that, although we're all owed that.
We are.
Anyways.
And you know what's annoying? I lost not only did I have 2 quarantine birthdays, it was a Friday and a Saturday. Like I've lost my Friday, Saturdays, quarantine birthdays.
Ouch.
Although maybe that's actually not that big a deal because when my regular birthdays come back eventually, it'll be like a weekday I get to take off.
And you're going to throw the party anyways on the Friday, then you kind of get the birthday that keeps on giving.
Kind of like you're going to, exactly. So maybe
no,
it's
but
not
a
so
real
bad.
birthday on a Friday and
like
a Saturday
extra
is
special.
fun. And you just only have 7 more years until you get that back. 6 actually till the Friday. But anyways. I digress.
So talking about gifts more specifically, do you like gifts? Do you like getting gifts? Do you
I feel like you're
giving
burying
gifts?
the lead and you can just tell everyone about my problems.
What is your problem? You can talk about it, Greg.
You're interviewing me. Who are you, Diane
often
Sawyer?
open up about my anxieties and neurosis on this podcast.
Okay, you
and
got me.
I think it's your turn.
I have a problem with gift giving. You got me.
Spit it out. What is it? What's the
Okay,
problem?
you know what? I'm literally shaking. I feel like I'm gonna barf. So let's start there. If I'm going to become one with what my body's feeling, it's nausea.
About talking about it or about giving it?
About everything and about the fact that I'm like, I can see you smiling. I'm like, I now. You were like, Greg, why don't we do something about gift giving for my birthday? Wink. Watch him struggle. Okay, what is it? What is my issue? Okay, so I'm an exuberant person. I'm a confident person. I'm loud. I'm these things. But I weirdly don't like when the attention is on me. I crumble when the attention is on me, and it's a really weird dichotomy in my life because I draw attention to myself. And
Yes, like you very much as a human, people want to watch you. Like you're
but it's
fun,
so weird. It's like there's this way of being watched. It's like well, it's probably like why at a party setting like I can kill it, but there's drinks involved, there's drugs involved. You know what I mean? Right. And that can help me. That can help me
loosen up, get
deal
past
with the eyes on me. But it's like these real deep eyes of a gift. When someone gives you a gift, it's usually kind of vulnerable and beautiful. And I just have this thing where I get like really anxious, and it's like the giving the gift and them looking you in the eye. I'm like, and I panic, and I want to would way rather open the gift later alone, and I can take it so much in more. Like when they're there looking at you, I'm like the like performative, like, oh my God,
I love it.
And I'm honestly so out of my body. I'm like a spirit beside myself watching me open a gift every time, and it gives me so much anxiety, and it's just like to the point where friends sometimes will give me gifts now because I'm so open about it and be like, you can open this on your own.
Right, like they're
people like
sympathetic
know
to it.
because I've talked so much about this, but I'm working on it. I'm working on all eyes on me, baby. Learn how to cope with it.
Well, I would say I think a lot of people can relate. Like even though I don't have it to the same degree, I know what you mean. There are times when I don't love the idea of, okay, this is what I dislike. When a group of people watch you open a gift. So I don't mind if someone gives me a gift and I'm opening it in front of them. That doesn't actually bother me very much. But I highly dislike when I have a birthday, for example,
and everyone's looking,
and suddenly I have to open 1, 2, 3, 4 gifts in front of everyone.
That's also the look. That's the type of looking. Like it's like I'm like perform. It's like I was like I didn't want to do like if I'm gonna do like I literally do stand up and it's like there's at least lights in my eyes and I can't see anyone and I can just like
at least
pretend.
for you, like so what I would say for me in that moment is like, even my genuine, when I'm like the most surprised, elated, shocked, my reaction is still often like, oh, wow. Right? Like you would know this. I'd be like, sometimes you are like, do you not like it? And I'm like, no, I really like it. Like not even a gift, right? Isn't that true?
Oh yes, you are very like
I don't
mundane.
like show. Okay,
Yeah,
like,
no, wait, is that the wrong word? Sorry, I take it back. Edit it out.
Kind of
Producer, edit it out.
We
No,
don't have a
okay,
producer.
wait. Mundane is not what I mean. What is the word?
And like kind of, what is the word? It's like neutral, or I'm not overly exuberant. Even when I feel it, even when I'm really excited, I don't explode with.
But you do sometimes. You go and you spin
In a very safe environment, I might.
and it's like it'll be like this rush over you, and it's rare,
like uncontained, yeah.
and it's just like, and then
But
it comes
when
out.
we're
and then,
like
and then
booking a fun trip or something, like
Yeah.
I don't go like, I'm so excited. I mean, I might, but oftentimes I'm like, wow, okay, I'm really excited.
I know we actually have problems with this in our relationship because I love things so deeply. Like I get so obsessed with things, and I'll like be like clawing at you to get obsessed with it. Like I'll be like, oh my God, I love it. And I'll be like, don't you love it? And you'll be like, yeah, it's good. And I'll be like, don't you love it? Like I get
feel like,
so.
yeah, you're like, why don't you love it?
Yeah, I know. And then I'm like, okay, it's okay. I can love it a lot. And like, it's just like it's, what did you call it?
Well, I had just said neutral in that sense, or like
Neutral.
not overly exuberant. And there is probably
You're
a proper
prudent.
word. I am prudent.
It has
That
to
is
do with
something I'm talking
that.
about. But I don't know if that's directly related. I just like, yeah, I think it's probably actually from a dark place if we want to go there. Like probably I'm afraid to be vulnerable in that sense.
Well, when you're a gay, you know.
Okay, we're putting this back on you. You're the one who doesn't like to be vulnerable with gifts.
But when you're a gay, getting overly excited is sometimes the times where people clock you and go,
True.
Gay when you're younger. You know what I mean? So that's the saddest part about being gay is that people yucked our yum for so
Oh
long.
gosh, I should practice just like being more excited. Okay, I
love that. I love
That's
the idea
my
of
work.
practicing to be more excited. Yippee!
I honestly think about that a lot.
You
I'm
should.
Like, it's exhausting to me though. To be honest, like sometimes I'm like, I should be more excitable around my friends, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, but then I'm exhausted. It's like work.
Okay, then don't. Then don't do it.
But like you said, drinks, whatever. But so
Yeah.
I'm gonna I have kind of two studies today, or one's just like kind of anecdote, and then we can talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about love languages because this is what it reminded me of. So
Yeah.
you know how people, so there is like this theory that was created by those guys about everyone in a relationship having a different love language. You could have the same as your partner, but there's kind of, I think, 5 main ones. I'll read them.
Gift giving is not mine, hun.
Right. So it's words of affirmation,
Love.
quality time,
Love.
receiving gifts,
Nope.
acts of service, and physical touch.
Yeek.
So this, I believe he was a couples counselor, like a Christian marriage counselor who actually
Of
invented
course
this,
he was
right?
Christian.
So I want to use these and talk about them, but what
Why?
I realized
It's
is
a
that,
science podcast.
yeah. So what, as looking into this, it's like none of it has ever been legitimized by any research.
Okay, but here I am going ping pong. This is a game of ping pong, but I'm like, but I like it.
So okay, so the discussion around it, the person who invented it, his name is Gary Chapman. I believe there's also some like homophobic stuff that's happened with him.
He's like, you can give gifts and have a love language, but not if you're gay.
So, like that aside, I don't believe
We just did a lot of asides on that one. The homophobia.
So what? Oh, sorry. I'm trying to say that he did not. I don't think he was trying to say this is empirical, whatever. I think he just found it a useful tool, in
Okay.
therapy sessions
Okay.
to get couples to be able to talk about where they stand on this scale.
So this is you myth busting it.
Yeah, I'm myth busting it. Like there is and has not been any proper research on it.
Ooh, okay, I kind of want to talk about mine because I feel like it proves that gift giving is a love language, no matter what, even if you don't consider it your love language like me.
It proves what?
That like gift giving is kind of always a love language and like good for us in a sense because it is a pro-social behavior, which I actually like looked up because like I feel like in science they always say this is a pro-social behavior, which is a behavior that benefits other people or society as a whole.
Okay.
Like I like feel like people have said it before and I've just been like,
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like an evolutionary trait that benefits others.
yeah, and like society as a whole, I thought was
like
kind of interesting.
altruistic.
Yeah, and such as helping, sharing, donating, cooperating, volunteering, and in this case, they say gift giving. So based on a lot of past studies, I think studying gift giving is like very common. Like, you know, the introduction of studies, how they have like so many references as to why they're doing it. There were so many about like, well, this study found that it was good for this reason, and this study found that it was good for this reason. And like, they essentially were deciding that they're going to hook up fMRIs and have people give each other gifts while doing an actual task on a computer.
Wait, what? They're in
Yeah.
an fMRI
Yeah.
machine.
Not
Also-
an okay, it's a different type of fMRI.
They're, like,
it's not
measuring
like lying down. So what it
Okay.
is that they have, you know, like the
Right. It's
yeah.
probably measuring their blood flow with one of those head things.
Exactly. It is blood flow.
Okay.
Oxygenated blood flow is what they're studying. And they take two friends,
Okay.
people who have consider themselves to be friends to begin with. So it's not strangers, which they think is important. And I was like, I think that's a really good thing to think about. Dyads, they call them, like a double of friends. And they put them behind a screen so they can't see each other. And they do a computer task. And then they stop for one moment and a gift is given from one friend to the other. And then they continue doing the task.
Okay. And the
And-
task is unrelated.
The task is unrelated. It's like
Okay.
intellectual, challenging things. And they would do it, different groups, some groups, they would give the gift, start doing the task, and some people will be interrupted in the middle of the task for the gift and continue. So they're trying to like test factors, like what's going on in their brain, but also like, does it affect the task?
Right. Okay.
Okay, so what they found was that it did really help with the task, especially when it was done beforehand.
As in the task being something they had to complete.
Yes.
And the gift made them perform
better. And a lot of the task had to do with actually like working together. There were like memorization things. And the idea that they found was that giving gifts, what it does is also when they looked at the fMRIs, there was oxygenated blood increase in parts that have to do with working with others. Like this concept of like ego dissolution, like you and other people kind of things, parts of the brain is what they found is like was activated during gift giving. It makes you feel genuinely like connected to another person.
And that is related to the task.
Yeah, so they
because-
found that the task when it was interrupted in the middle, there was not much increase, but they were grasping at straws a bit, but they did find that the task was completed better when a gift was given beforehand.
So you should give me gifts all the time.
I know. I was kind of like, you know, like when you're showing up at a meeting and people are like, "Why brought donuts?" or
true.
whatever. Like
Or
there's just like
coffee or
it's just like, oh, like that
little
gift, like that
ways.
person is like on my side, and maybe it helps your brain relax. Like
Yeah.
it was kind of confusing the way they discussed the oxygenated blood. Like I wanted to know like what part of the brain and what did that do, but like it was really sort of like obscure in many ways. But what they were just trying to say was it was some parts of the brain that had to really do with like cooperative thinking and working with
Well,
others.
that's cool. That's
Yeah.
nice. So just knowing that gifts can be a positive force in your work environment, especially.
Exactly. That's
And then
like kind of
that
what I took
way,
away.
and that kind of gift too is probably less pressure. Like a spontaneous gift is just a nice thing. Like if you were given a spontaneous gift, would you still have your meltdown?
So I don't have a meltdown. It's like I do feel good. Like I related to this, like teamwork. Like it makes me feel like my interpersonal relationships are good when there's gifts being given. I love receiving gifts. I just like it's just not super natural for me, and it's not like to go back to maybe we myth busted my love language. It's like I love time with people.
I want to role play right now.
Okay.
This is a gift I
Ew.
bought, and it's not me. I'm not your partner. I'm just like someone at your
Okay,
work.
okay.
And I want to see how you react.
Okay, wait. So you're what setting am I
Okay,
in?
you're working as a teacher right now
Okay.
at school, and I'm another teacher, and it is not your birthday or anything.
Oh,
But,
wow.
yeah, I'm just like,
Bold.
oh my god, Greg! I actually
Hi.
I saw this. I wanted to give you this. I just saw. I know it's kind of weird, but I wanted to give you this gift. Here, take it.
Oh my god.
Because I don't know, it made me think of you, and I just wanted to give it to you.
That is so sweet.
Open it.
Oh yeah, I have to open it. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, you thought of me on your spare time. Flirting. Okay.
Okay, he's opening it.
Oh my god, it's a little ceramic toad. I love toads,
right?
Oh, that is so sweet. Where did you get it?
I actually just found it at a little cute antique store.
Oh my God, that is so adorable.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like I'm panicking, does it?
No,
I'm a
you're-
good
you're-
actor.
You're performing. Can't give it
Thank
back.
you. Yeah, and I'm also gonna bomb it.
So then I think maybe
That was nice.
Yeah, and
I
I
liked
think-
that.
having role played, I think people don't realize that you have that emotion. I think maybe it's
What?
like mostly internal for you.
Me or all people? What?
For you, sorry. Let me re-explain that. I think like you talk about how getting gifts can be so stressful and panicky.
Oh, yeah,
but I
yeah.
do think you're pretty good at performing
Yeah,
the
well,
gratitude and the thanks, and that maybe most of it is internal.
Yeah, and I think the friends who now know this are because I've had this conversation with them
Right.
outside there, and they have been like, "Oh, really?"
I do think
I do
maybe
love
there is
gifts.
times when you'll say like, "Oh, thank you," and you do try to minimize. Like you might be like, put it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But you're always like, "Thank you," but I think there are times that maybe your friends would be like, "Oh, you could open it now."
And I like giving gifts too. It's the same thing with giving gifts. I really like giving gifts, but it's like I will actually give them the gift and then go hide
right
for their
yeah.
open. That's the thing. I remember I painted a painting of my nephew and our dog for my sister.
Yeah.
And I like gave it to her and I ran away in my mind. Like I remember running away
wait.
and then being like the paint's wet, it's not good, or like, you know what I mean, like downplaying it, like
no.
and then it was like she was like, this is a really
But are you
beautiful
running
gift.
away to avoid the praise back, or
Yes.
is it to give them the space to not have to awkwardly feel?
It's like it's to get the praise back, because sometimes like because
the
I
praise
paint
back?
like painting someone a painting, it's like I always know that's like a pretty epic gift,
and
that
that
it's like a
is
little
also
bit like,
reflects on you and your ability more.
but it's actually more like in that setting it was like everyone's giving gifts and it's like they're opening these like Fisher Price things, and then there's this like very sentimental painting.
Right.
It kind of like there's also this part of me that's like I don't want to like be
Like
the annoying one who like
upstage.
Trump. Like I don't think
Right.
of things like that, but I think other people do.
Yeah.
I
It
don't know.
wouldn't
These are
matter
just the
to
things
you.
that flood my brain, and then I run away and I give like I love giving meaningful gifts, and like but I run away.
No,
and
I
down.
definitely agree. Like, I wouldn't like to be the person who I don't want my gift to be the best gift, or like
But
it
it's
would
not-
never.
yeah.
I would never judge gifts that way. But I would be nervous if I got
Yeah.
someone a really good gift and
Yeah.
it was like at Christmas where people were sharing gifts.
Yeah.
I would be like, I don't
Yeah.
want people to think that.
Yeah,
I
or
was
it's just
trying to get the best gift.
The stakes are higher when you know yours is the best gift. But it's also it's just like you run away. It's just like a flooding, and it's like I think some people are really good at being like, you know what, this is so beautiful. Here's the gift. Look in my eyes. Enjoy this thing I gave you, and like they're really good at that, and I want that, but I don't have it naturally.
Yeah, it's like being able to pause and take it in on both sides.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a gay porn. But but honestly, like when you give a gift, it is nice. Like you're doing something that is very
Yeah.
nice and making somebody feel good.
And
Probably.
you thought about it for so long.
So why not get the kick out of it?
Exactly.
And then when you receive a gift, why not get the kick out of it?
And we just realized physiologically it increases interpersonal and teamwork parts of your brain due to oxygenated blood flow, according to an NfMRI.
yeah.
So like, why not? Actually, that kind of science stuff helps.
But
me,
I think
honestly.
it's a
I'm
bit
like,
socially, it's like social behavior. It's kind of like blushing. Like I bet your characteristic of that is also kind of endearing. It's actually signaling that you don't want to be like, there are people on the extreme other end that are annoying, who like want all the attention,
Oh, God,
want
that
all
makes
the
me wanna
gifts,
barf.
who are
Yeah,
like
yeah.
calling the attention to like how good a gift is in front of everyone else. So I think kind of where blushing is this like signal that you are humble, or that you
hate
are.
that I blush.
But
the
it
thing-
is like it is a thing that people think probably is really endearing.
But as much as like, even if people think that's endearing, I'm like, I'm talking about me. I want to enjoy it more. You know what I mean? Like, I want it for me.
Right.
I want to be able to feel the joy of the gift that I gave.
But you can.
I know, and I will work on it. Namaste.
All right. Last little segment: gift versus experience.
Okay.
As in like physical present versus a gift that is, we're going to do this thing. Which do you prefer?
Oh my God! Experience the boots house down. experience for me.
Would it be easier or harder for you to engage with a gift given to you that was like, say, a card that was like, I booked us
So
this?
much easier.
Why?
because I go, oh my goodness, oh, I'm so excited. I get to like, it's so much easier for me to like perform.
You can kind of project the energy elsewhere.
Yeah, the ceramic toad, I have to in the moment be like, look at the toad.
Right, you have to comment on like, it's so intricate.
You can talk about your plans and oh my God, yeah, it makes it easier.
Oh my God,
what about
having
you?
to talk
What about
out
you?
loud about a gift is actually painful.
Yeah.
To
Oh, I
be like,
love the
oh, the
decal.
wood is so...
It's so real. It looks like a real toad.
and the ombre of it.
Yeah. You.
I think,
What about you?
Yeah, I think almost always experiences are what I prefer, especially because I think gifts in general, we're at an age and we have a comfortable life enough that if I want something,
what do
I
you want?
can get it. You know, like there. Of course, it's nice to receive a gift, but there's nothing that I'm like, I need this, and that if I really needed something, I think that kind of gift would be maybe more satisfying because I'd be like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting to get this, and I
Yeah.
just like either couldn't find it, didn't have the money, or those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I feel lucky enough that I don't have to. I'm just kind of like, if I really wanted something, I could probably just.
And an
get
experience is a gift that keeps on giving.
it is. So I have a study about this because we're often told that experiences
Yeah, right.
are a better way. There's lots of studies in the past that have kind of said, it is better to spend your own money on experiences over things. So instead of spending $3,000 on a rug, spend it on a trip, right? So this study compared the level of happiness in children looking at how they felt when they received material goods compared to their happiness level from experiences.
Okay, this is so key. Children. Okay, what
Yes.
ages are we talking?
We're talking, I don't know, anything you consider a kid. They've
Okay.
delineated something. I'll give you an age range in a second. But
Okay.
it was just, I'm sure, I don't know how high it went, but ultimately they found that kids between the ages of 3 to 12 actually got more joy out of material things.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me
And
about
then
those 3 to 12s.
Older kids were appreciated experiences more.
Because at that age of 12, you go, take me to a concert. Dad, mom.
Once you hit the past 12, you mean?
You know what I mean? 12 is when I totally am like, Laser Quest is better than this baseball glove.
Maybe. I guess there might have been like some cool toys still at 12. Like I probably still wanted like Nintendo games.
Yeah. But you know what
But
I
that
mean?
is an experience, to be fair.
Yeah, Zelda's an experience.
Zelda's an experience. A quote that I just like grabbed
That's
from
interesting because it's so true. Like I think about kids and I'm like, they don't want an experience.
Well, part of it is that they, or at least the sort of theory from the lead author of this study was that kids don't remember as much.
Yeah.
So when you give them an experience, they have a good time, but they don't hold on to it the way that adults can relive an experience.
And they don't have the foresight to be like, oh, yay, this happens in the future. They're like, no, gimme a mana from you
and
right
then
now.
they had said like, if you give them a Lego set, they get to enjoy it. And then when they see it again later, they get to enjoy it again.
Lego's such a good gift. Guys out there, I don't know if you've heard about this Lego, but I think kids would like it.
Lego.
It's experience mixed with material in the moment.
To be honest, to me, as I was reading this study, I was kind of like, I think all gifts for kids that age are experiences because everything is a new experience. If you're like 4 years old, a gift that's a physical thing is still an experience because you're like coming across something that you've probably never seen before.
Yeah,
And it's like
true.
the whole thing is a kind of experience. And then often it's like
Everything is a
game.
good and new experience when you're a kid.
I know, yeah. It really
So
is.
it's like that's so true. It is an experience.
And then often it's like a game that you play with your family or
Yeah.
like a toy that you play with other people.
But I totally love it. It's like a spa day, 10-year-old. They're
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
like,
no. Like, it's so weird how spa day has become this thing adults. Like, it's such a, like, there's such a
there's an
disconnect.
age where like spa day becomes
it's
ideal.
like, I want to turn myself off, or the kids are like, turn us on.
What age is spa? Like what
Spa
age do you go from I'd rather
is-
do something
Okay,
more high energy?
I know what age I think spa is for me.
Okay, when?
I think spa for me is 27.
Really that late?
Yeah, I really went bold, but I think it was 27.
I
for me.
think I was ready for spa.
But
like,
be honest.
21.
21. Okay, interesting.
So it's like after university when I'm like,
Can drink in America.
I'm burnt out, girl.
Okay, 21. I can get behind 21. I actually think now that I said 27 out loud again, it feels wrong. I think
Definitely. Like, although you are a different person.
there
than
was
me.
just this time where the spas start. Maybe, yeah, the spas are happening around me from people at 21, but for me, it hit at 27.
Okay.
And I am a bit of a kid energy where I'm a doer.
Yeah, you don't even love
I don't
spas
wanna
that much today. Like, you like
Yeah.
them, but I think, and also, I don't
Actually,
love
I don't like
spas. I just love like massages and like.
Yeah, now I'm like,
Sometimes a spa, you're like, it's kind of gross.
But it's such a gift. It's such a quintessential gift.
It is,
It's just like a
because-
spa day because it's like we know you work hard and it is an experience. That the spa day is an experience. It's a future experience. It's an easy gift to receive. You go, I'm so excited to get the facial in the future.
Yeah, that's true. One other thing I'll say about this is this experience versus gift thing. It's like kind of a good reason not to bring your kids to Disney because like they aren't gonna remember.
Oh my god, Disneyland is for adults
Until they're older.
It's
Until
for
you're an age where you can remember.
cognitively developed people because it's like it is such a waste. When we went to Disney as adults, had a lot of fun, but I took the biggest takeaway, other than I wrote in my journal that Disney, what did I write? Made me actually understand that life is worth living or something. Like it really worked on me.
We had a really good day.
But it was that I would never bring my kid here.
Right.
Like never. I've been like, I'm never gonna allow my kid to understand that they could go to
Yeah.
Disney.
Not until they're what age would you? take a kid?
Spa versus Disney.
Maybe the kid's never going to Disney, but
no,
like,
the kid's going to Disney at 13 to 16.
that's pretty old. Like I have very
Yeah.
distinct memories from the age of 10.
No, not 10. No,
You think that's too young?
too young.
I mean, this did say.
Yeah, what was it? The cutoff?
3 to 12. Yeah.
I'm using this study. They want material
But I
things till
will
12.
say
We're going to Disneyland at 12.
I have been to Disney before the age of 12, and I think I have quite fond memories of it. But maybe,
But you know what I mean?
maybe I'm just like hyper intellectual.
Yeah, that's true. When you got a really smart kid like a Mitch Moffat, you go, you know what? I can push that 12 up to 10. But certainly not the ages I was seeing at Disney. I was like, you're wasting.
Yeah, that kid's in a stroller.
That kid is in a stroller. That kid is screaming. That kid is hot.
It's like when they're in a stroller, they also like can't go on the rides.
And it really is designed to make your kids go crazy and want everything in sight. And then all it is just like these parents putting them in this hell of having to regulate their kids' selves. You know what I mean? Like everything is making a noise, and every noise coming out of a parent was anger and frustration of being like, calm down. I'm like, well, of course I can't calm down.
What a wild, wild thing, Disney, to be there and to see parents with
Oh man,
a 4-year-old. And not that like lots of them are well behaved. It's just I can't. I'm tired by noon. I'm like, aren't these kids tired?
Yeah, we needed a nap.
Yeah.
We slept on the ground of some weird like movie theater
Mickey
thing.
Mouse theater thing.
And we were on edibles. Disneyland's for
I
adults
was
on
not.
edibles. Oh, you were?
No, were you?
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
I was not. I would never. That would be my nightmare.
Oh my god, I'm like you weren't? I would never go to Disney not on an edible.
Wow, because I'm connected with my inner child and don't need drugs to find it.
Yeah, and I, on the other hand, never really loved that Disney thing and do need drugs to find it.
Okay, so last question of the day. What is my gift for my birthday?
What I'll say
I'm joking.
is it's an experience.
Oh, okay, great.
And I'll leave it at that.
That's what I want. We're going to Disney. We're going to Disney! In 2025. Is Disney open right now? I think it is.
Hope
That's
to God
messed up.
not. That's scary. Okay, thank you for
Thanks
listening.
Hashtag Sidenote Podcast if you want to tell us about your favorite gifting experience.
Also, give us ideas. Someone did reach out recently and say you never followed through to do an episode on salads.
Oh, we're going to do that. Yeah. So we probably say a lot of things in this podcast that we forget about. So
like
we're
Rosie
gonna-
O'Donnell has an episode, but salads is going to happen because there's a lot of
Yes.
science behind salads.
And I have very strong feelings about salads.
He does. He's always like,
Every day we argue about
Greg,
it."
don't even show me a salad because I'm not eating it. I'm like, just relax. This just leaves. Okay.
Thanks for listening. See you guys
Peace.
later. Bye.